Okay folks, I wanted to show you my little invention. I think it's the coolest photography hack in the universe, and I've seen a lot of them. This is my own invention. It only weighs 1 ounce and it gives you a light mod like absolutely nothing else. It is simplicity is divinity, which is my motto. There are 3 modalities you can make it in. One with silver glitter like this for a complete wraparound effect. As you can see, there's a conical center section here, and there is a parabolic dish right here. You can actually make it in Mylar. Gold glitter, although I don't really find that to be useful. Silver glitter is the most amazing. It creates a surrealistic wraparound effect. And I've owned and used and created all the little ring lights out there. And another one that you can actually attach a gel to, like an orange or blue or whatever gel you want for special effects. Just tape the gel to that. You affix the Velcro to the back. I'm going to make a second video. Now this little invention of mine, I've got a copyright 09712541-9-2 is the ISBN number for the 12-page book. I'm calling it the Lux Orb, Lux hyphen ORB. The Wheeler Lux Orb, and I've seen probably, and I've made at least 10 light ring mods, and most of them are convoluted. They're overtly complicated. They're heavy. They're obnoxious. They're ungainly. They're obscene. They're gross. They're disgusting. You know, everything from fry pans to fiber optics feeding the front tube. To every sort of little mirror device to feed down to the front of the lens. Most of them look like something that Hillbilly Joe would make in his basement, and it's just they're obnoxious and they're just obscene looking, and they're convoluted. They're always falling apart, and one thing that they actually all have in common, unlike this one, is that they're heavy, they're ungainly, they're pathetic, they're absolutely awful. I mean, they suck. They just simply suck. The effect that I actually get out of this is absolutely incredible. The wraparound light, there is no restriction. You can use it in TTL mode on your flash. The only thing you'd want to do is disable the zoom function on your speed light so that the flash head, which zooms in and out, is as close to the surface as possible. So you disengage the zoom function, okay, and then you bring it out to as far as it would go, which is a Nikon speed light, is 24 millimeters. So if you're using a zoom lens like this, it stays, the flash head stays at the furthest setting. So even though I'm at 85 millimeters, the zoom ahead is affixed to 24 millimeters. It's widest setting, which is as narrow as it goes to the front. That way you get the maximum effect. As you can see here, it is just a simplex 3 pieces of Velcro. Weighs 1 ounce or less. It is incredibly stable. It is divinely simplistic. There's absolutely nothing else like it that's this simple, much less this effective. Now, check out the link below on the Lux Orb, which is what I named this little invention of mine. Now you could use aluminum foil if you wanted to make a simplex one, but it's not reflective enough. You can get like a space blanket, or you can get a Mylar Balloon, 2 Mylar Balloons to your local store, because you need maximum reflectivity, especially for the cone section here. This is disc number 2 and disc number 1. Works off a simplex template. I'll show you in video number 2. If you'd like to make a $2 donation for this absolutely freaking awesome photography hack and mod, you certainly could. Now, the little 12-page book with the instructions and the template, say free or $2 donation. I'm not looking for funds on this. I think it's really neat. It's my little invention. And I think it's cool as hell, and there's absolutely nothing out there like it for sale. And the stuff that I've used all the stuff, all the little chintzy gimmicky, $35, $40 light ring stuff. Obviously, we're not talking about it being comparable to this $400 Alien Bees ABR 800, this is something totally different. But I tell you what, the effects that come out of this little invention of mine are different and they're special. I've actually seen no light mod that produces what this does. The best one of these is not the Mylar, although that is more than good enough. I've used this one quite a bit, but specifically the glitter one, because basically you have 1,000 little mirrors on the reflector dish of section number 1. The speed light is hitting cone number 1, which is reflected in Mylar, and that is geometrically shaped to perfectly reflect to the reflector of dish number 1. Cone is dish number 2. Dish number 1 is redirecting the light out, so it's going speed light, cone, reflector, and then out, and it creates a magical wraparound effect. And you can make all of this for $3, and I think this is the coolest effing photography hack in the universe. I've seen so many. I have seen or built every ring light mod out there. Some of them are so convoluted, it's like, oh my god, I mean, someone spent $300 building this ring light, this weird freaky ring light that they created. It's got like all sorts of obnoxious parts on it. It's like, you know, for the time and money that you spent, you could have bought something like this with modeling lights. You know, that's you know, really has high power and is very professional and professional looking with professional results. However, to be said, I mean, since I'm running this off of a Nikon Speedlight, which you could run it off, and you could run this off of, I don't know if I actually have it here. Yeah, it's in the other room. You could run this off of a Nikon SP22 if you wanted. I mean, the effects that come off of this, as far as putting this mod even on an old speed like an SP26, 23, not a 23, but a SP22, it would work for that as well. You're talking about 3 pieces of Velcro affixed to your speedlight. Here is how stable it is. It weighs nothing. So it's not like you're packing anything. And my god, does it work. Does it work? Oh, does it work. My invention. Incredible ethereal wraparound ring light flash. I'm always thinking of geometrical shapes, and I'm always thinking in terms of reflectivity and simplex geometry. And since I discovered the nature of how magnets work, which is a reciprocating processional hyperboloid which can only be extrapolated out in a double barbell hypertrochoidal formation, I'm always thinking in terms of geometry, and that's very helpful when it comes to light mods. And this is my contribution, because my motto is simplicity is divinity. And not only is this simple, it makes a lot. You can see that you can't see the speed light head on, okay? It is all hitting the cone section, okay? Reflecting off the cone. And it's just suspended on 12 gauge wire here. I'd like to mock this up professionally, maybe sometime in the future, with like a sliding plastic bar, because as you're able to slide this in and out for effect, your secondary cone, because as you slide it in or out, you actually change the point at which it reflects and directs to the primary reflector here. Equally as good but different effect as the Mylar cone. And watch video number 2, and I'll show you how to make this, but check the link below. Like I said, it's copyright, but you're free to use it. You don't have to buy anything. You can download it and make it yourself for $3. ISBN 09712541-9-2, I believe is what it is. I call it the Wheeler Lux Orb, kind of a take on Luxor. So it's Lux, which is Latin for light, and orb, which of course we all know what an orb is. So it's an orb of light. And that is pretty accurate as far as the effects you get out of my little creation. It is very fascinating. Like sample pictures. You should build one yourself. Of all the ring lights out there, I have to be biased and say I know mine's the most simple, I know mine's the most lightweight, and I know mine is the cheapest to build. I know mine's the fastest to build, and I know mine gives the best results, because I've built a lot of ring lights, the do-it-yourself ring lights, and this one kicks the ass of all of them. All the rest of them can kiss my ass. Because this one is the best, and I created it. My invention. So check out video number 2, and I will show you how to build this. There's only one other thing you have to do with this, and typically it requires 3/4 or 1 full stop of flash compensation. Big deal. So you stick your speed light at maximum wide angle on the zoom head, so that means that the flash tube is all the way forward. And typically 3/4, you can still do full TTL, but I add 3/4 or full stop of flash compensation, additional flash compensation. So very, very useful. Also, in absolute zero light, you still have plenty of room for your infrared autofocus unit on your speed light to detect anything, so it doesn't get in the way of anything. Unlike the other ones which hang down and won't let you autofocus in low light, like if you're going to do a party or a rave scene and you want wraparound lighting, mine is the only one that I know of that's supremely simple that will let you do that. The rest of them hang down here and block the autofocus sensor on the speed light. This one doesn't. Does not get in the way. Absolutely does not. So it's the cheapest, it's the best, it's the most lightweight, it's the most effing awesome. It kicks ass, it rocks out. There is no other ring light that produces anything like this. No one else has thought of this. I'm happy to show it to you. If you'd like to make a donation of $2, that's fine. If you don't, check out the link below and download it on making it yourself. And all you're going to need is some glitter and some black heavy construction paper, some strips of industrial Velcro. This is like, I took it from a 3-foot section of 12 gauge copper wires. You're talking about $2 of copper wire. Ultimately, you can make it at a 10 gauge or 14 gauge. This thing weighs absolutely nothing. Both units together, this is the cone section, okay? Here's another one, because I've made 4 or 5 of these over a good period of time. This weighs nothing. This is like ½ an ounce. So you can see the cone section of the center part of the Lux Orb that I invented here. I've covered this with Velcro, and then I've actually taped this part. So you got 3 strips of Velcro on the speed light, one for here, here, and here. So simple, doesn't move. I mean, simplicity is divinity. I love this thing. I love it the most because I created it, and I also love it because it's only $3 and it's so steady and it doesn't weigh anything. It doesn't cost anything. Fat and ugly, but at least I'm not stupid, I guess. So I got one gift in life. Thank goodness. Anyway, check it out and download the link below. And if you like this, let me know. And check out video number 2, and I'll show you how to make it. But the little 12-page book that's in the PDF file below, that will show you how to make the Lux Orb. Okay? I know I talk too much, I know I repeat myself, but I think this is the coolest effing photography hack out there. Anybody disagrees with me? Yeah, I've had a lot of caffeine and it's like really early in the morning, but I want to show this to you all. It's my little invention, and I'll catch you later. Okay? Thanks. More coffee.